Hello again. Just coming back from a trip up to the Rangers station. Found some horseshoes I'm sure somebody lost and would like to have back. Anyway, thought we'd take a look at the campsite and kind of want to show you newbies some of the things that you really need to have. Some of you are going to want more, some are going to want less, but you know, there's some basic essentials that you've got to have. But anyway, we'll start with our coffee pot. That yours doesn't have to be that big. Like I say, I take a lot of people with me usually when I go, so that's what you got to have. Again, your El Cheapo Home Depot cooler with a gallon milk jug in it, or vinegar jug, still full of ice. It's been here for 2 days now. That water is ice cold. I keep this little jug here. It just has plain old water for washing your hands or whatever. And of course there's the junk. You got to have, this is stuff I've collected over the years, pots and pans and utensils and whatnot. Everybody needs gloves because you're going to be handling things that are on a fire, so you got to have some gloves. Pots and pans, a radio for the weather, at least 2 buckets for carrying water if there's a spigot close, and there is one right over the top of my truck there. I think you can see it, but anyway, not too far. Cold lantern is not exactly a necessity, but they're nice to have. Always make sure you have extra bottles, and don't leave these out in the sun because they get hot and they'll blow up. You've got to have this. I don't care where you go, how much they spray. You're going to have insect repellent because they've got ticks, they've got chiggers, they've got everything. And some of that stuff isn't allergic to stuff they're trying to kill them with. Bungee cords, you can never have enough. Like I say, I find them at garage sales, find them wherever I can. There's 15 of them there. I've got 2 in the tent, and that still is not always enough. And then fire starters. You know, a couple of years ago, I told some friends of mine that I was going to come out here, and I would have dinner ready by the time they get off. But I got out here, and I forgot I'd quit smoking. I didn't have any way to start a fire. So, anyway, you need to make sure that you've got at least 2 ways to start a fire, if not 3 or 4. I have 3 or 4, but then again, that's making up for what I learned. Of course, your towels and toiletries and computer, if there's service and internet service. And a lot of the state and county campsites now there are. Anyway, that's about it. Of course, your tables and chairs you got to have. We'll take another quick little tour of the tent. And now a lot of people spend money on a sleeping bag. These are moving pads on this bed, and you know what? They cost me $10. They're $10 a piece, but let me tell you, they're just as warm as a sleeping bag. And it got down to 50 degrees last night. It was a little chilly in here, but these kept me warm enough. Folding tables and all that. You don't have to have all this stuff to start with. This is stuff, like I say, I've collected over the years. Again, here's that cheap igloo cooler I was telling you about. And let's see if I can get into that. Again, I've got ice bottles down there, and these little cans of used to be coffee make excellent ice cubes if you want to make something for later on and you need a big chunk of ice. You've got it there. There again, you can see things are just now starting to green up. This is a beautiful campsite. I always come here. I'll always come to this same spot. So anyway, that is the campsite. Oh, I wanted to talk about wood and I almost forgot. Glad I came back this way. Many of your campsites, as I said in another video, won't let you bring in your own wood, especially if it's tree wood. They've had a lot of little pests that get into the trees and they can devastate a forest. And right now they're worried about the emerald ash borer. And apparently it hasn't hit here in this part of Missouri yet, but it will. So what I do, I go by the grocery store, or the big box store, and I'll go find a manager and say, hey, you've got a pallet I can have. Usually they've got a couple. They'll give you all you want. And it only takes about one pallet for a whole day's cooking. That's going to be your breakfast, your evening meal, and then your evening campfire, if you're conservative with your wood. They don't mind you bringing that in. They just don't want you bringing cut wood in here. Or they'll sell you cut wood from this area, but you're going to get about 5 or 6 sticks maybe for, I don't know, $10, whatever. Same way with the ice. That's why I bring my own ice like that. So anyway, that's what you got to do. Also, I almost forgot, you're going to need a radio, because if I didn't have a radio with me today, I wouldn't know there's 80% chance of rain tonight. That means 80% chance I'm probably going to get wet, because I don't like to go in the tent until the last minute. But that's just me. I love the outdoors. So anyway, have a great day. Please like and subscribe my page. And we will talk to you later this evening from the tent in the rain.